Good morning and howdy everybody. I didn't think, thinking it's something I don't do a lot of anymore. I didn't think when I was getting dressed today, but with a dark gray, whatever this is, and a dark gray stocking hat and a black background, that white spot right in the middle, that's me. Kind of hard to find today, I guess. Hey, y'all, any of you, now, I don't care where you live, I am really seriously looking for a place to buy. Oops. Oops. Looking for a place to buy. I'm looking all over the world, really. I would like to get back close to the Texas Gulf Coast where I came from. Not as close to it as I was because of hurricanes that are very devastating, but close. Or anywhere across the South, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, up the East Coast a little bit, South Carolina, North Carolina, and then inland a little bit from those states. Even up as far as Virginia, and then west, like West Virginia and Kentucky and Tennessee, just kind of L shape around the eastern coast and the Gulf Coast. Or I'll consider anywhere as long as they don't have snow or a lot of snow, and where it's not winter time for 6 or 7 months out of the year. Because I like being outside and I like warm weather. I prefer hot weather a whole lot more than I like this cold weather up here. And there are several countries I would consider moving to. But what I want to do, if I could find a house similar to this one I've got here. I love this house here. This is a perfect house for me. But it would cost a fortune to move it anywhere, especially as far as I'd have to move it. So, if you see a place that's around 800, 900, 1,000 square feet, if it needs some work, that's okay. If it's a total rebuild, I'm not interested because I'm too old and too decrepit to do anything like that now. But I can do, clean up and painting and some carpentry work if it has to be done. I can't hardly do plumbing anymore because I can't bend over and get underneath sinks and so forth. And I could do some electrical, just depends on where electrical, but I want it to be pretty much move-in ready. And if it needs any work that I can do after I move in. And what I prefer is like 1/2 acre up to 1 acre with a lot of trees. Or 1/2 acre up to 1 acre with a lot of trees, but no house. And I would probably put a tiny house on it, or buy another big RV and put it on it. So it has to have no restrictions banning tiny houses or RVs, or even a mobile home, trailer house, mobile home, whatever you call them. Manufactured home, I think, is word for them today. Small. I don't need anything big, and I don't want to spend my life cleaning house. I got laundry going today. The first load's probably close to being done. No, the first load's in the dryer already. The second load is probably close to being done. But anyway, I really want out of here. I don't like this state. I don't like this town. I love my house, but it's too cold. Had snow forecast again for last night, but there's none on the ground, but it's very cold. I just want out of here. So y'all keep your eyeballs open for me. And I don't care, there's countries I would consider moving to. England, I love a lot, and Italy. And I've got that house in Spain, but it has a 10-year lease that just started. I can't remember, the middle part of last year. So it's not available for me for 10 years. And in 10 years, I'll be too old to get on a plane and go over there. So y'all just keep your eyes out. Half acre to 1 acre with trees. All right, I've flapped my jaws too much. Now I'm gonna try to find out. There's where we start off. Finished the book of Song of Solomon yesterday. Learned a lot there. And we're gonna start Ecclesiastes right now. I think I can do Ecclesiastes in 2 days. It's twice as long as Song of Solomon was. And I should have done Ecclesiastes first. Like I said yesterday or the day before, my thinker doesn't think anymore. And I can't undo what I already did, so we'll do Ecclesiastes now. And Ecclesiastes was written by Solomon also, just like he wrote Song of Solomon. The words of the preacher, the son of David, and Solomon was son of King David, and he became king, and he had 700 wives and 300 concubines. That was one busy king, y'all. Goodness gracious, that still blows my mind. All right, the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit hath a man of all his labor, which he taketh under the sun? One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to his circuits. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers came, thither they return again. Y'all got that figured out? I do. Well, I'm not a teacher, so you got to learn it on your own if you don't. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. I tell you what, some people you get around, your ear gets filled up with hearing real fast. That's why I don't wear my hearing aids. I got them. They're sitting right over there in their little case, but I hardly ever wear them. I don't even remember the last time I wore them. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. Bam, y'all. I'm going to read that again. The thing that has been, it is which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there's no new thing under the sun. Sometimes I think this guy must have had too many wives or something. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us. Isn't old time always before us? Like in the past, before, not before in front of us. There is no remembrance of former things. I remember a lot of former things. Maybe his 700 wives and 300 concubines made him forget stuff. There's no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath God given to the sons of man, to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. I communed with mine own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I perceived that this also is vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. I said in mine heart, go to now, I will prove thee with myrrh. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it? Tell you what, laughter is the best medicine. I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting mine heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. I made me great works, I builded me houses, I planted me vineyards. I did all that in Texas. I made me gardens and orchards. I planted trees in them of all kind of fruit. I did that in Texas too. I had a lot of fruit trees and grapes, black grapes and green grapes and blackberries, 4 or 5 vegetable gardens, rose gardens. It was a beautiful place. I, at my community page here at YouTube, I posted a couple of pictures of the property itself several days ago. And in one of those pictures, it did have one of the small gardens, and it was one of the old gardens. Not the first garden, but probably the second or third. Anyway, go look at it. It was a beautiful place. It was too much for me to handle anymore, but I sure hated giving it up, and I miss it. A young couple bought it, and they're enjoying it now. She is pregnant right now. Last year was their first year owning it, and she kept asking me all kind of questions on how to garden and what to plant and when to plant it and how to do everything. And she had a pretty good, successful first year of gardening. And this year I sent her a text and said, I guess you're not gardening this year since you're pregnant. She said, oh yeah. She said, I'm gonna garden right up until I can't anymore. She was asking me about several different crops, and I was telling her my experiences with them and taught her how to do composting. I had a big compost pile. But anyway, let me get back in Ecclesiastes here. But Solomon still has me beat on the number of wives, so and he probably had me beat on orchards and vineyards and gardening also. It doesn't say how much he had, he just says that he had them. I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maidens, and had servants born in my house. Also I had great possessions of great and small cattle, above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I had cattle also for a while, and pigs, and bees, and a mule, and horses. I think that's all. I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasure of kings. I wonder what that is. What is the peculiar treasure of kings? 1,000 wives? I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't get over that. 1,000 wives. I couldn't even handle 4, and he had 1,000. I got me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. So I was great, and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. Well, my wisdom didn't remain with me. Mine went bye bye. And whatsoever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. Talking about my wisdom going bye bye and Solomon's remaining with him. I guarantee you I'm still a whole lot wiser than a lot of the idiots on earth today. Goodness gracious, y'all. It bothers me to see how ignorant people in the world are getting to be, especially those woke people. My mind just about explodes when I listen to one of them on uh, YouTube. I don't hardly ever watch TV. I got a big big one hanging on the wall in the living room. It's probably been 4 or 5 months since I turned it on. I just don't do TV. I do YouTube a lot though. Good stuff though, not trash. Mostly listening to sermons from preachers and a panel of preachers doing a question and answer session. I like those. I learn a lot listening to them. All right, let me figure out where I left off at. And whatsoever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from any joy, for my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly, for what can the man do that cometh after the king? Even that which hath already been done. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head. Where else would they be? And where would the unwise man's eyes be? I got no idea. But the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceived also that one event happeneth to them all. Then said I in my heart, as it happeneth to the fool, so it happeneth even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, this also is vanity. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever, seeing that which now is, in the days to come, shall all be forgotten. And how dieth the wise man as the fool? Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me, and who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool. Yet shall he have ruler over all my labor, wherein I have labored, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This also is vanity. Therefore I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labor which I took under the sun. For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom, and in knowledge, and in equity, yet to a man that hath not labored therein shall he leave it for his portion. This also is vanity and a great evil. For what hath man of all his labor, and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labored under the sun? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Yea, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw, that it was from the hand of God. Here I go, flapping my jaws again. My mind is going constantly. As I'm reading to you, it's bringing to memory other stuff. My mind is a curious mind. This verse here, there's nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw, that it was from the hand of God. How could King Solomon's mind or body enjoy, eat and drink in order to make his soul enjoy good in his labor when he has 1,000 wives? That just blows my mind, y'all. And I've known that, for years. It just never made me think until yesterday. It looks like with that many women running around all the time, I wouldn't be able to think or do anything. Goodness gracious. For I couldn't even handle one at a time, much less 300, 1,000. 300 concubines and 700 wives. Goodness gracious. For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I? For God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he giveth travail together and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before God. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. To everything there is a season, a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which was planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, and a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? I have seen the travail which God hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he has set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice and do good in his life, and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God. Bam, y'all. I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And God doeth it that men should fear him. That which he hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And God requireth that which is past. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. I said in mine heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked. For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them, and the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man hath no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. All go into one place, all are of the dust. I guess my clothes are dry. All go all go into one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. I think there's a lot of people turning to dust in my house. It's everywhere. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. And who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? Bam, y'all. All right, we just did the first 3 chapters of Ecclesiastes. I'm not sure, but I think there's 9 more. And that's it for this morning. And I'll be back this evening sometime, I reckon, unless we get raptured out of here. Oh, now I gotta go hang up clothes and put another load in to dry and put another load in to wash. Oh, and y'all, I make a lot of soup in the wintertime when it's freezing, like, uh, what's that place? Siberia. Feels like Siberia here just about all the time. Anyway, I make a lot of homemade soup, all different kinds. And it just about always has meat in it, except for when I make tomato soup. And I make the best tomato soup in the world. Camels ain't got nothing on me, y'all. I've never made vegetable soup. So last time I was at the grocery store several days ago, I bought a lot of fresh vegetables. I've got broccoli and a head of cabbage, spinach, carrots, celery, onion, garlic, tomatoes. I think that's it. And as soon as I get the clothes out of the dryer and another load started, I'm going to start chopping all that stuff up and putting it in a big pot and gonna have me some vegetable soup. Love y'all. Bam, y'all. Talk to you later today, I reckon. God bless you.